everyone. I am going to use Charming Curiosity today, which is a full reading kit that comes in a tin, and the tin does up. I've just got it out. And it is a full system in itself, and it comes with the mat, it comes with the matching cards. So there's 18 places on the mat, 18 cards, 3 dice, and also comes with a matching 18 charms, and I'll show you how we use that all in a second. I am doing this reading about a business decision on do I proceed with these or not. This is going to cost me many thousands of dollars, and like people buy my cups and they think great, they got a bargain because these are slathered in 24 karat gold. And yes, you do get a bargain because our Australian dollar to US dollar at the moment is something obscene like 60 cents. So this is how much out of pocket I am to make these. So it's a big decision, not something to be taken lightly. This is a very dark navy blue, and when you first look at it you might think, no, it's not, Karen, it's black. But I want to show you that is black, so you can see the differences. That's black, this is blue. Pretty obvious when you have them side by side, but at first glance most people look at that and think that's a black cup. No, it is midnight blue. Isn't it just stunning? I just love it. The verse inside, I haven't done my symbols in this one yet. This is just a test cup. The verse inside is one that I've written, and it says, beneath the moon and stars above, I brew a cup of tea with love. As I sip, I ponder deep and read the leaves that gently steep. So that's the verse that's inside these cups. They will have the 32 tea symbols inside them, which is the standard tasseography symbols. But I'm also having the option of just an empty cup, because a lot of people prefer just the plain cup as is without anything else. And yeah, you might like them. They'd be wonderful in a full set. Imagine serving a full set of those at a tea party. So that's the decision I have to make. So I'm using Charming Curiosity, and I'm going to lay these out. And the way Curiosity is used, you have the mat, and the mat is a washable, stretch, foldable jersey, and this has been squished up in the tin for a very long time. And as you can see, you don't need to iron them, and that's the beauty of the jersey. So you lay your cards face down, and they can be higgledy-piggledy, however you go. And I just like to lay them at random because it's like doing another shuffle, really, isn't it? So we just have them at random. Now there's a few ways you can start this system. The dice here is if you want to throw the dice, and you add up if it lands. Like say if I want to start this with the dice, I would go 6 and 4 is 10, and that's 13. So you would count through to card position number 13, which would be down here. If you know what house it is that you want, like me, knowing this is a business decision, I would be looking at starting in the house of the castle. And the only things you really need to remember, and it's a good way when you're learning this system, is to just tilt those, because you have a pink row, green row and blue row, and these are all numbered 1 to 6. And what it is it's card chaining on houses in its most simple form. And it's a system I created back in 2016, I think it was, long time ago now. And it's fabulous for short, sharp answers, and often very blunt, that will smack you in the head. So that's what we're probably looking for, is a smack in the head decision. So I'm going to start here in the house of the business. So, and I'm turning over the cross with the business. Interesting, and you could read that 2 ways. So we're reading the 2 together. The business as the house, and then you've got cross over it. Now cross, most people automatically think no, don't go there, blockages, problems, so on. It's dead, it's ending, which could be, this may not be a good time for me to do so. However, it could also be literally spiritual business, which I run. So I'm going to choose the high road, and I'll say, yes, it is a spiritual business that I run. So this is where we now follow this top card chaining. So we've got pink, number 2. So we're in the pink row. So we go to card number 2. Spiderweb. Spiderweb, again, over spiritual business. Could tell me some complex matters that I do need to look at. Very interesting. So now we've got a green colour with a number 1. So this is our green row. So I'm going down here to spider. So there would already tell me, yes, spiritual business, there could be some complications. This is telling me, yes, there could be a lot of complications and little intricate things that I may not realise or may not see. So what does this card tell us? Scales would tell me, look at the contracts, look at the documents, and it may be with the manufacturers where I do need to try and negotiate a lot better. Yes, I was thinking of that anyway. Because like I said, our US dollar to Australian dollar is so bad at the moment. It's great for you guys who want a bargain, so shop now while your US dollar is so low. But this would tell me, yes, I do need to look at negotiations, contracts, particularly for anything that may be intricate or something that can leave a bit of a bite. So 6 in green, we're still in green row, so I'm going up here. The house there is about home and family. Now I run a business from my home, yes, but it does also tell me too, though, negotiations that may be close to home. I wish that I could, because the first thing there would tell me look for a manufacturer within Australia. Sadly, there isn't any. I wish there was, but there's not. So all these things are always overseas in other countries. So scales and house there would tell me I have to think smart, think security, think outside the box. I think what is grounded. 5 green. We've got the goblets here. So the goblets actually are about celebrations, the winner chicken dinner, as I say. And it would tell me the clinking of glasses about home base and security. It is looking a little better. Blue row number 5. So this is our blue row, position number 5. Shooting star would tell me, look at the opportunities once in a lifetime. Think of literally when you see a shooting star, they're miraculous, very rare, once in a lifetime opportunity. Do you actually have a look at them? It's not a bad card sitting on the goblets. So 2 blue, the sword. So what is it that could be negative, or do I need to act swiftly or cut away? Green 4, green row 4. Ladder, something that may happen quickly but I overcome it, because ladder is ascension, which means overcoming an obstacle in some way, shape or form. 3 blue, back to blue. Key, look at opportunities or doors that may present for me. Blue 4, blue row again. The heart, what is it I'm most passionate about? Everyone knows that. Teacups. Anything to do with tea. So, but it's still on the house of the key, which tells me, follow the passion, will it open the door? 3 to green. Baby carriage would tell me again something that is new, that gives you joy. 2 green. Camel. Be persistent. Look at the long haul. Look at the long-term project as well. So, like I said, this is a big decision for me, and a very, very expensive one. 5 pink. Bat. Look at things from a different perspective. That's interesting, because when I say I hear voices, people think I'm going nuts, but I'm clairaudient, so I tend to hear more than things sometimes that I see. And bat's blind, so it has to use all its other senses. Bat on the camel, using other senses from a different perspective over the long haul and a long-term plan. I can't help but wonder, and it is a seed that I keep popping up in my head, of whether to actually look at Kickstarter for crowd support, to see if anyone out there would actually support me in this journey. It is a big one. So pink 6, we come back to business, which brings us back to where we started. So these cards that didn't turn over, we don't actually turn them over because they means it's not relevant to my question. I know which cards they are. I'm not sure which order, but I know which cards we're missing. Which is ship, which is horseshoe, which is also cane, and which is also money. So, which in my mind, probably a good thing that money didn't show up, because then that would tell me, yeah, don't even go there. So, from the storytelling of this, it tells me I've probably got to look at it as a long-term gain rather than a fast gain, because there's nothing here that tells me rapid gain. But I do really need to look at the contracts of what they are trying to negotiate between me and the manufacturer, looking at all the intricacies involved with it, but also the security that I need to look at, but also the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. That's interesting. So I'm just going to use the little charms. I've only just got them in my little tiny owl purse, but I just want to pull out a couple, and I'm actually going to place it on these two because they would be seen as the most difficult. So I've got stork, which is the baby, and I've still got camel. So it would still tell me intricate matters that may be difficult. I still need to persevere in order to gain something new that gives joy. Okay, so what have we got here? Scales, still telling me, look at the contracts. Interesting. And also sword was the other difficult one down here. What have I got? Bat, which is still telling me, looking at things from a different perspective, but allowing my senses to open. It's quite a fascinating read, and I would really love your opinions on it. So please, please comment, because I'd like to also involve you guys in some of this decision making along with me. And like I said, once again, this is the beauty that I have to make the decisions on. I'm just in love. But I have to stop the my in love to think what is also within reach. That's the next thing. Join me and give me your comments in the comments below. I'd really love to see what you guys think as well.